Hey guys, welcome back to another video and I am so excited. So here we are, we finally got my hands on Prehistoric Kingdom. So you guys have probably seen in previous videos, I've done kind of reaction trailers or we've talked about this game quite a lot. So the basis of it is it's like Zoo Tycoon or Planet Zoo, but for dinosaurs. But it's like, you know, the really in-depth, really kind of quite scientifically accurate in terms of the models and things they're using. And basically it's a paleontologist's dream. So I can live out my dream on the computer. So I thought I'd do a video today, a bit of a first look at it, just to kind of give you that super quick kind of interpretation of what it looks like. And then we can kind of expand on it as a series and we'll start to build up our pack together. So first thing I want to mention is obviously the game isn't out yet, so it's in alpha stage. So it was part of a package that you could get like pre-order a while ago, and it had the alpha access, which is what we've got today. That's no longer available, but I think the game is due out back end of this year. So if it's something you want, obviously it is gonna come out soon. So use a mixture of your mouse to kind of zoom in and out, and the keyboard to kind of move left, right, up and down, and you can do whatever like that. So we're just going to jump in and we're going to kind of have an experiment and have a bit of a look at what we've got and go from there. So the first thing, we've got obviously the money at the bottom, and just like any other park builder, you've got your park kind of manager down the bottom. So we've got demolition, enclosures, paths, animal care, park infrastructure, guest facilities, modular pieces, attractions, and then terraforming. So we're going to have a look at each of the options just so you can kind of see how in depth it's got. So for the enclosures, we've got several different types of fences, all have different kind of strength ratios. Some of them need power, some of them don't. We've also got a habitat as well. The paths, again, several different types of paths to make our island appealing. And then for the animals, we've got some kind of straw beds. So we've got different sizes. So obviously really good depending on what size dinosaur you've got. And then two feeding different types of platforms. So a herbivore and carnivore. Park infrastructure. So first thing that's important is the animal nursery. Because without that, we can't breed our dinosaurs and we'll have nothing to exhibit. And then the power. So again, like I said, this is a really in-depth park builder. So it's not just placing buildings and hoping for the best. We do have to have some sort of power on our island, so we have a mixture. So to start with, we've got the industrial power plant, which gives us quite a lot of energy. Or we can have like kind of smaller ones. So we've got solar panels and like a wind turbine. They're really good just for like smaller areas of your island. So if you're just trying to give power to one building, what's a bit more remote from the rest of your park. Then we have guest services. So we've got the usual, we've got the cafes, toilets, gift shops, kiosks, things like that. And then loads of benches and kind of trash cans, rubbish bins. Now this is where it gets interesting, and this is where I think this game's going to really excel. And we're really going to see some crazy stuff that people build. So this is a modular section. So you can see we've got all these different shapes. So you can build whatever you want, and then we have these different textures here. So I'll be really interested to see what people do with this and how they incorporate it. But I think it'll be good to kind of build it within enclosures. So like the dinosaurs maybe have like a bed or like a cave that I can go into and then come out and stuff like that. But I'm really excited to see what people do with this. And it goes across the top. So you've got the walls, roofs and doors, obviously. Then you've got these structures, which again, some of them are more natural looking, like the tree logs, and then some of them are a little bit more kind of man-made looking. So again, excited to see what people do. Some props, we've got loads of rope, signs, and then we go into the gardening section. So you'll see when we talk about the dinosaurs, each dinosaur has a particular habitat that it likes to live in, and these plants will help us to kind of make that habitat more suitable for the dinosaur within its enclosure. So we have loads of different stuff. So this is the plant section, and then it kind of goes into shrubbery, and then trees, and then rocks and sticks. And these rocks are really cool. Again, really helps to create a natural environment and feel really cool. And I just think it opens up so many possibilities to creating insane levels of enclosures. And then we've got the terraforming, so as always, you know, you can landscape, we can make hills, or we can make kind of holes, we can change the size of it, we can do whatever we want to do. So there's loads of different stuff. You know, also with the water as well. I mean, we've got calm water, rough water, muddy water, or we can remove it, and we can change the water depth as well. So I think that's going to be really interesting, especially when you get dinosaurs who prefer like swampy type area rather than a really dry or arid environment. It'd be really exciting to like use that muddy water, for example, and things like that. I think it's going to be really, really, really cool to see the level of detail you could go to with these enclosures. So first thing we need to do to be able to kind of get the ball rolling is we need to build a nursery. So we're going to put this up just over the back somewhere, just so it's nice and out the way. Now with this, it does need some power, but it only needs, you can see here, it only needs 50, so we're just going to give it a wind farm because that should be enough to, and you can see when you place a wind farm, you can like, it shows you the radius of which it produces energy, so as long as the nursery is within the circle, which it is, that will now power this, which you can see it does. So I am excited. So if we open the genetics lab, we can see we've got the 5 different types of dinosaurs that are currently available. Remember that we are still in alpha, so I think when the game launches at the back end of the year, it's going to launch with 50 animals, a mixture of dinosaurs and mammals, so there's things like the saber-toothed tiger, the woolly mammoth, and a lot of other prehistoric mammals as well as dinosaurs. So there's going to be some really cool animals to play with. So far we've just got the 5, so we've got the trusty T-Rex. Who doesn't want a T-Rex on the dinosaur island? But for me, this is where this game really excels, and it kind of sets it apart from any other kind of dinosaur park builder that I've played in the past, is the level of detail that it goes in. So it tells you it's a 5-star animal, so obviously if Jurassic Park was real, you'd want to see a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know, that's what people want to see, so it's a 5-star attraction. And at the bottom, it gives you loads of detail. So it tells you about the exhibit, so the minimum size it needs, the temperature, the fence security. That's really important because if you don't want a T-Rex getting out and eating your guests. Exhibits, so it tells you the sort of plant biomes it needs. So it's kind of on a tropical wetland towards the coastal regime. Up here would be more like arid, but obviously it's not suitable for that. The percentage of forest cover and water. And then here it tells you how social it is, so how many animals you have in a group, the population kind of ratio male to female, and the level of aggression. Then it goes on to what it eats, and then creation, so you can choose to create male or female, how many you want, and then it pops it into here, into the incubation slot. What I think is really interesting is down the side here we've got 4 different skins for this species, and what these skins actually change what the stats are below. So we've got the leather hide here, and then if we go on to molten, brummel and scorched, now these are really, really cool. Like, not all of it, it doesn't always change it like dramatically, for example, but if we look at this one, so scorched here needs 20 to 25% water, whereas brummel can deal with 15 to 20% water. So yeah, you can see how it changes, different stats based on it, and you can just, if we go back, we'll have a look at each of the species so you can see. So if we go, if we go to the next one, so go to Edmontosaurus, and you can see these are quite a good one because you can have a lot of these, they kind of hang out in herds. So you can see it needs quite a big enclosure. It's again, more kind of tropical, wetland style. It needs a lot of forest, but it's quite variable. So these are quite easy to keep in a sense that it's like, it's got a big variance. It can have anything from 10 to 80% forest, 5 to 45% water. So it's quite a variable species. It's not too specific. It's going to be quite easy to keep, but it's still a 4-star attraction. Eats plants and it's not very aggressive. So it's a pretty chilled one to have. And again, it's got 3 different skins. So gravel, vibrant, and Arctic. And again, like I was saying before, it does change. So for example, the aggressive on the Arctic species has 15%, whereas if we look at the vibrant skin, it's 30% with its aggression. So it's worth bearing these things in mind, and I just think it's going to add such another level of depth to the game. Then we've got the Lambeosaurus. Again, can have them in big groups. Quite cool. So we've got Chestnut, Unique, and Cosmic. I mean, that Cosmic one is pretty damn... That stands out, that, doesn't it? It looks well cool. So again, gives you all the information along the bottom there. But I think it's just really interesting to see the different ones. Now, these might or might not be my favourite type of dinosaur. You know, I love Ceratops or Ceratopians as they're called, but, you know, I love them. I don't know what it is about it, but Triceratops and anything related to a Triceratops is my absolute faves. So we've got the Nasutoceratops, and again, it's got 3, so it's got mint, wild berry, and amber. I really like the amber skin. I particularly like the colour on the frill. So again, more to a wetland / tropical, and yeah, so we've got a bit more of a scale going on here, but higher temperatures. But again, we can have up to 5 of those, so it should be quite a good one. Then we've got Styracosaurus, and I mean, that's pretty standout, isn't it? I don't know how that's only 3 stars. I would love it if I went and saw this. I love that all the horns coming off the frills. So it's shoreline, jagged, and psychedelic. The psychedelic one's pretty nice. But yeah, so just like a really, really nice kind of overall view of the 5 dinosaurs that we've got available. Like I said, more will come as the game progresses. You can filter them as well. So if you're trying to create a particular climate or your time period or anything like that, you can obviously filter it as well, so it's easier for you to see. So if we're going to climate, it shows you which skins and like which dinosaurs are kind of sat where. Time period, so they're all from the Cretaceous at the minute. Diet, so we've obviously got 4 herbivores, 1 carnivore, and then 2 frugivores, which is fruit. So these 2 are kind of like both, so it gives you kind of variation. And then rating, so we've got 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, and then 5 stars, which is the T-Rex. Obviously, I'm pretty sad that these guys are down at 2 and 3 stars, but I will let people off. But you know, it's all good. So yeah, let's make a dinosaur just for ease. So we're gonna have a female, and we'll have like 2 females. We're gonna go for, in fact, we'll just go for 1 for now. We'll have it in amber because that's the colour I like. And all you do is just breed 1 female, and it kind of pops over this side. Now, if we come out of here, we now obviously need to build it a enclosure. So I just want to show you, I'm not going to do a massive crazy build, I just want to show you how easy it is to build an enclosure. So if we just pick this basic fence, we're going to pick a spot, and we can literally just click it and kind of come across until we're happy with the shape and size. I'm just going to go for a basic kind of like squarish shape. Now obviously we can allow it to, we can change it down here so it can snap easy, it can snap at certain angles and things like that. So we've got loads of options what we can do. So if we look up here, we know the animal is ready, so we can release the animal now, and we just literally drop it into here, and it's just going to wander around. So from now, we're just going to kind of give it some plants and make sure it's got everything it needs to be happy. So we just can put like a feeder in, we'll put some bedding down, and then all we're going to do is just going to add some kind of trees and plants just to make it look a little bit nicer. Now remember what it said about the plants, so if we click back into here just so that we can if we go back into here, we can see it likes wetland and tropical. So that's the sort of plants we need to be giving it to make sure that it has a nice environment, you know. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So you can see all the different trees and stuff. It likes wetland and tropical stuff. So let's see. Let's just put these out. I just want to give it a bit of shade that it can kind of hang out under. Because I think if I was a dinosaur and I was getting people looking at me, I'd like to have an area that I could hide in. So that's what we're going to go for. Obviously, we could put more stuff in if we wanted. Let's put some of these rocks in. And I think with the rocks as well, look how cool the rocks are. So we can have like the different kind of shades, different type of rock. Which I think is really, really cool. Because it just, again, we're going to be able to really build up some really kind of cool looking enclosures. Just using these different rocks and stuff like that. I just cannot wait to really kind of get a grip with what we're gonna have. So we're gonna put some water in. We'll put it near these rocks. We want calm water. I think we want it fairly deep. And if we just put it near these rocks. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. And then we can put some like coconut palms coming out there. But look at that, like just super easy. Like we've literally just, I think it's literally took us what, 10, not even 10 minutes just to create this little bit of the enclosure here. So it's super, super easy to make. Obviously, we want to focus properly on making a really, really big enclosure and making it really good. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is to build and design really cool looking enclosures on here. Now from this point, we'd just start to add paths and then we'd start to have guests coming in. They would come from this area here. We can put some kind of like toilets and guest facilities in and we'd start to expand the park. So I just wanted to give you like a first view, a first reaction, because guys, I am blown away. For a game that is meant to be bare bones alpha, I couldn't be more happy with what we've got. Like, I am so stoked. And I think I've got so much to kind of get my teeth into before. I think I'd be overwhelmed if I'd like waited until the full game released with every kind of possibility in the world. I think I would have been overwhelmed. So I'm really excited to kind of get my teeth into it, build some really cool enclosures for these 5 dinosaurs, get a really, really cool park going. And then as more kind of stuff gets dripped and updated as the development progresses throughout the year, we can obviously go to town and really start to build next level enclosures. But I'm super, super stoked. So I want to know, what do you guys think of the game? Are you excited? Does it look cool? Are you excited to see more content? I am going to put a little community post going up, and I want you to either let me know in the comments or on the community post, or on both if you want, what dinosaur you want me to focus on first for the builds. I'm going to really focus on building 5 really epic enclosures, like taking into account everything we need to concentrate on, so size, the right plant biomes, and just making sure that we have the next, like absolute next level enclosures. But I'd love to know which dinosaur you want me to pick first. So let me know. I'll maybe do a poll. You guys can let me know and we'll get building. But I'm so excited to get my teeth into this game and really kind of develop with it. Like, I'm the biggest geek going when it comes to dinosaurs. So I am in my element, guys. Absolutely in my element. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? And as always, guys, I will see you back tomorrow for another video. Bye, guys.